So just like a person that wants to get rich, or a soldier that needs to stay alive, so me, relative to my level of understanding and relative to what I want to achieve, the direction that I'm headed in, I have to understand what is a liability and what is an asset. And yeah. And in doing that, evolve my art form, evolve myself. And as things are evolving, externalize into words. The level I perceive internally, with what I'm able to do with my body and with what's happening in my body internally and how it affects me externally, and how I'm able to be with that and harness that and utilize in some way, but not really control. It's more like harmonize. Not that it can't be used as a martial art, for instance. Definitely can, but it's about harmonizing. It's not really about controlling. It's not the right word. So, and because the way in which I am evolving my mind, body, and energy, and changing on a epigenetic and genetic level, and reconfiguring my brain, and recalibrating, fine-tuning this instrument to be able to play more beautiful music, and to enhance my very much from a grounded level of vagal tone. How do I enhance my vagal tone? What are proven methods and lifestyle changes, thinking, attitude, mind changes, that ways we can change our mind to enhance our vagal tone. What are things that we can work with in meditation? So I think by now, because I've used this word meditation, I've also described my training in terms of Qi Kung or Nei Kung or Nei Dan, or something similar to Aikido, but whatever it is, we're talking about fine-tuning the human being in a pragmatic way. Right, and so the thing about this, the way in which I'm developing myself, the thing about that is that it involves getting enhancing the vagal tone such that one's perception reference frame, emotional baseline, your baseline on which you are the most receptive and the most relaxed, but the most alert at the same time. You're the best, your ability to be right in the eye of the storm. Silence before the action. The void. How good is your kung fu in that way? From that fundamental level, and that aspect, right? Hopefully Grok can help us explain what that is. The thing about that is that, I think throughout human society, right? It's been it's been more the norm to not really have such a deep baseline, to not really be that relaxed, to not really have such a good heart mind. A well aligned, emotionally. It's not really been the norm, and it's clear that as a ruler or a dictator or as the established government, or whoever the authority is, it's clear that with regards to those who you perceive as your enemy, in a sense, or those who you perceive that it's your right to, you have the right to control them somehow, then it's clear that so long as you are able to be in a more relaxed, perceptive, emotional baseline, and you are able to have more peace of mind, be more comfortable than them, and in that way be able to make wiser decisions, and be able to make better decisions with regards to what you're trying to achieve. And clearly that's usually a little bit nefarious, or there's some aspect to that, and a lot of the the governance models, economic models, it happens like that. But is that really necessary? I mean, sure, with regards to war, I guess. I mean, war is war, and you use psychological warfare. You sharpen your weapons. But with regards to having a more legitimate constitutional republic that's not supposed to have that there's supposed to be a power balance and also a psychological balance between the people who are in charge and between the citizens, and that it's supposed to be the citizens who are who are essentially telling the government what to do and how they would like their country what direction they would like their country, what directions or direction they would like their country to head in, But so, and at this point, in these times, in the world, it's still. Yeah, like the people in charge of, the people in for instance, in New Zealand, like the people in the parliament here and the people in the social welfare departments, which, take care of people that are unemployed, help unemployed people, help to train them and who give the social welfare, hand out the social welfare benefits to people who need them. And it's not the point is not to criticize just them or any, because this is just happening in society, as it's clear that if you're in a position of power, you're in that power structure, and because it's already been happening like this for a while. And if they were to reveal these things if they were to reveal the things that are relevant that era that we're talking about, which which clearly shows that they. Yeah, that basically, because of the way they're doing it, for instance, the way in which I'm doing this training, this meditation training, qigong. My breathing, whatever you want it, my mind body development, however we call it. This is kind of like it's the opposite to the way that. Yeah, like learning to master the axis between the vagus nerve, the axis between the the parasympathetic and the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, being able to fully relax, and in the out breath, release all my thoughts and any cognitive process or any muscle tension, and use to as. Release through that axis, and release all of that inertia through into my fascia, in my body, which charges up a huge field, a field of potential energy of inertia, which I can ground in and enhance my martial arts skill that way. But really, it's kind of a side effect. You're not really developing it because you want to go and hurt people for martial arts. It's more for it's more for my health that I do this type of training, right? So, but it's because I've had pretty difficult internal problems, blockages, imbalances between different organ systems, different type of weakness, right? Psychological weakness, which correlates to physiological blockage and blockages in my energy system. It was so that's the reason why I started recording my progress a while ago now. Because I want to be able to see myself getting better. I need to understand what is an asset and what is a liability with regards to the way in which I would like to refine a certain thing that I'm becoming aware of, and So the way and that type of that level of the standard of life optimization and of living and of the human experience that I feel, at least the way it seems to me, that can be achieved this way, or with an equivalent type of way. This if everyone was able to have a very good emotional alignment, and everyone would be like Elon Musk. Everyone would be like Donald Trump. Everyone would be able to, make their their destiny would be their fate. You would be in a constant flow state. Your body would be able to realign. You'd probably live a lot longer. And certainly in such a society, tyranny would become obsolete. You wouldn't have actually things will probably just go up to another level, and there'll still be problems, but at least good people will be very powerful. There will be very, very powerful good people that will make the immune system of the human race much stronger. Just as within each and every one of us, our immune system will become much stronger. We'll be able to deal with cancerous bullshit, negative thoughts or whatever it is going on that we don't like. We will have so at the moment I'm still just working with this basic, you can say, breathing pattern, but it's more advanced now than just a breathing pattern. Like in the start, I started with a breathing pattern, okay, that I could train into my internal muscle memory, okay, and that I could practice until the point where it just became natural, right? But the thing is, as long as there's a breathing pattern with this many count in, this many count out, or my as I inhale, my abdomen goes out, as I exhale it goes in, or as I inhale I pull it in, as I exhale I push it out. That's natural diaphragmatic breathing or reverse diaphragmatic breathing, or abdominal breathing. Natural abdominal breathing and then reverse abdominal breathing. More calming breathing to clear the mind, or more energetic breathing to build energy. But if you have energetic breathing pattern to build energy, then you need a very very stable, calm mind in order to facilitate that in a balanced way, or at least a way where it's not going to run completely out of control. So I'm still at this level. I'm not really working. I don't feel that I'm working on any very high spiritual, non-local level. What I do now is mostly, what I feel is that it's mostly a very localized practice within my own bubble, essentially, where I can basically fade out from I can fade out into my own center, and as I phase, well, there's all these different timings going on, right? There's the timing of the sun, the timing of the moon, the timing of the vibration of the the temperature, the timing of the waveforms of the various gravitational frequencies, magnetic frequencies. There's the timing of your breathing, the timing of my breathing, the timing of there's all these different timings going on, and different yeah, perhaps even timelines going on, right? Different possibility streams that are, relates to different people happening. But so, and I have my ones. But if I can merge these three different axes, and then open it up with the breathing pattern, then I can essentially phase out into this void, which I can be in, which is phased out from everything else. And then in that way I can shield myself here, and I can be in my own self-contained environment where I feel comfortable. So I'm fully inflated, and now I release, and as I release, as it goes through my body, I let go. And then as I deflate on this level, now my field around me, that inertia that was in thoughts and muscle tension and things, I slowly let that go through the axis of the axis of my being, which my vagus nerve facilitates the between the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And so as I'm exhaling that somatic wave, I follow it through, and then my field around me inflates with inertia. And that I didn't learn that from human beings, actually. Well, there were human beings who tried to teach that to me, and I kind of picked it up a little bit. But when I was living with a cat, the last cat that I lived with, okay. Yeah, I just asked her, hey, can you teach me some of that? And then I just observe how she moves. I observe her vagal tone. The vagal tone and the state of the body-mind of the cat, facilitated by the vagal tone. So yeah, it is largely a breathing, meaning the Dantayan, okay, it's the, yeah, has a center, but yeah, a center, but it's just a point of convergence, okay, it's where all my fascia channels, my energy channels, which are facilitated by the fascia. And yeah, the connective tissue between the bones and the skin. It's deeper waveforms and energy dynamics. Like at some point I can breathe into my bones as well. But first we have to understand that between the skin and the bones, there's the connective tissue which facilitates these, or which are the sort of the physicality or the physical basis of these energy bands, okay, or channels, but I like to use the word bands because they're like, it's kind of like what they are. They're rubber bands they're rubber bands of springy connective, tissue, which has a dielectric property, so it can be charged. It can be charged with the inertia through this breathing pattern exchange through the axis facilitated by the vagus nerve. From the sympathetic exhale through the axis, through the parasympathetic, and then parasympathetic, and then my that energy field charges up and soaks up, charges up in my parasympathetic part. So yeah, there's basically everything out there wanting to stress us out, or other people that are stressed, that they want us to know what it's like to be as stressed as them, so they will and it's not necessarily their fault, it's just the state of because of the imbalance that they're in, and there's energetic things that all about that. And so, I mean, this is why as a health practitioner, let's say as a chiropractic person, or a massage therapist, or a shiatsu, or an acupuncturist, or a physical therapist, when you're going to be, if you're around many patients, and some of those patients have a very, low energy and are negative, then, naturally they're going to be a little bit takey, they're going to, it's a strange dynamic between people. It's like, you probably have felt it before. It's like, I mean, I know I've done this, and I felt other people do it, it's like, if a negative person sees someone being positive, then they get jealous, that they kind of, jealous, or they don't want them to feel happy, kind of thing. Or like, it's kind of like, well, you've got something to be happy about, or, they kind of, they want to make you feel guilty for being happy, or if it's like, when when we are in that state, then when other people are happy, we want to maybe make them feel guilty for being happy, or feel guilty for being positive or powerful or creative. So that ties in with how, people like the people that are in, for example, the Green Party in New Zealand. And I have no hatred, or I have no animosity towards the Maori, people, the Maori people, the indigenous people of New Zealand. I have nothing but love for them, but we have a party here in New Zealand called Te Pati Māori, who are basically, there are some of them, not all of them, but some of them who, I don't know, they're being egged on by white liberals, or there's white liberals or people from wherever for whatever reason they have this agenda. They're whispering in the ear, telling them that they've been shat on by the colonial white people in their lands. Everything's been taken from them, and everything, unless they stand up and fight, they're allowed to be deceptive. It's okay, you can lie to them, because they're trying to take away your indigenous rights and things anyway. So there are people in the Te Pati Māori they're out of alignment, and they are in that negative or they were, anyway, I don't want to get all political. It's not the point, really, but so then I went down some intellectual rabbit holes, but really I just want to work with my breathing pattern here. going to make a transcript and put it through Grok.